It's nice to see after last year, they're finally logging stuff again. Look at all this new stuff here. Got a fuel tank there on the left. Because last year, driving around up here for days and days, I only saw 2 trucks, which is amazing. Usually they would be absolutely everywhere. Today I passed a bunch of them, but I guess they're done for the day since it's after 5. Yeah, that's brandy. You can see all the branches on the ground still have leaves on them. But even the beginning of this year, they weren't logging anything, which is amazing because it's an outdoor job. It's kind of unusual that they'd stop. A lot of carpenters told me they think it's intentional just to make more money off doing less lumber because the prices are so high. Why not take advantage of it? But there's other things that I'm seeing. Last year, not many houses were being built, not much was going on. So I think that's why production stopped, because why would they keep cutting down trees if they don't have a place to put them? That's another way of looking at it. This forest is not a lumber forest, it's mostly pulpwood. If you want a lumber forest, you gotta go all the way up to the top, north. Oh, look at this. They just reopened this logging road after it was abandoned. Take a look at this. We're about to enter the abandoned part of it, and I'm turning around, I'm not gonna go down there. They log every 40 years, so this is what happens to the road after 40 years. It turns into this. It's slightly open because hunters and people still use it, but this road's pretty bad. I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna turn around. They have that bucket loader there because as they log, they're digging out this drainage ditches and getting this road working again. Turning around. Probably gonna make a 5-point turn because there's so much overgrowth. I can't see where the ditch is and I don't want to fall into it. There we go. Yeah, this is awesome that they're just opening this road back up. Just want to take a look at this machine. It's huge. But look at the end of it, how this thing works. I've seen a lot of videos of these things in action. See the arms there? They put this up to the tree, it grabs the tree so it can't fall over, and it slices the bottom off. Really cool. And while it's still holding it, they put them in piles. I knew I was gonna see the grader today. The entire road is disturbed for like 10 miles. Guys going back and forth. The first time digging up the road, going back a few more times, every time sifting out the big rocks, pushing them to the side. Stand these stubborn people just refusing to pull over no matter how close I get. When you get close like this on a road like this, that means pull over. Some people have problems. This guy, look, 18 miles an hour. Not letting me pass. The speed limit's 45 miles, by the way. Really annoying. As soon as this clears enough, let me get by now. That guy, we've been doing that for a while. That guy wouldn't have let me go if that truck didn't make him pull over. Annoying. Now I can finally get back up to like 35. I feel comfortable on these bumps. Now this guy pulled over without any issue. Give him a wave. A lot of moose tracks all over this road. Pretty steep drop to the culvert. Now I can't see it, but I hear water falling, which is weird. Why would it be falling into the culvert? Unless it's going over a clog. Let's go down and look. Find a way. There's not a lot of ticks around here, so I'm not worried about walking through the grass. Here's something in the distance. I think it's a dump truck. The first time I heard it, I thought it was just a bunch of gunshots, but I think it's a truck going over bumps. Yep, I was right. That was the sound of a clog. Ooh. Nope, it wasn't. Nope. But that easily could have been a log. I thought that was a log. It's not. It's bent. The culvert is bent up. Probably from debris. In the winter, when this thing is raging, rocks banging against that lip, it's folding it over. Oh, here comes the truck. What was it? I said dump truck. Well, I was close. It was a dump trailer. Anyways, you see all this sand here? And you notice they didn't log this. Why aren't there any big trees here? This whole place goes under the water. This whole thing is a raging river blasting through this culvert. Just look at the debris evidence all around it. That's water all the way up here above my head. During the spring thaw, it's smashing rocks into that. I guess in a sense, it is still a sort of a blockage since it's diminishing the capacity by a little bit. No big deal, but give it a few more winters. It doesn't look like water has found its way underneath yet, but I don't think it's going to take long. As soon as it starts, dude, that's not much flow. That could easily go under the culvert. Then it'll just keep getting wider and wider till the walls start eventually washing out. That tree is actually beneficial because its roots are holding the ground together. Even if there was a clog there, especially with vehicles going over it, I don't know if I'd feel safe unclogging it. Look at the size of that rock. Probably a few thousand pounds. And you can tell it's been moving. That could easily fall. Why is this road flooded? There's gotta be some kind of clog in here. Not very deep. It looks as if there is a culvert there, but it's just the way the road is shaped. I don't think that's gonna go away. But we'll get out and take a look at it. I'm just gonna park up here to the left because I see tracks. Other people have been using this road recently. Okay, when I drove over this looked like maybe this was a discharge of a culvert. I'm starting to think there's no pipe in there. That's why this road is not becoming soft. I think they built it to be a water crossing. That's why they use more rigid stone. It's more packed. This is where I'm gonna spend the night. I just reached the end of this dead-end road. Along the way, there was 3 trees knocked over. I moved them out of the way and put them right back. See, a complete dead end. I'm parking down here tonight. Nobody else will be down here. About to fill up with gasoline. I'm running on almost empty. I always carry a bunch of cans with me. That's like 16 gallons of gas because I fill them a little bit over. These are great for the vehicle. They don't have vents, so you don't smell them while driving. And as long as they're full, they don't seem to build pressure. But if they're empty and sealed, they will balloon up and they could explode. So every single day, regardless, I pull the triggers, make sure there's nothing built in them. This one is empty. I've already used it, but there's a little bit of pressure just from driving around because it's so hot. Hear that? Not too bad. Just a little hiss. Yeah, this one is for diesel, and I have used it for diesel. A little bit of diesel residue won't hurt anything. Same type of container. But if I ever use it for diesel again, just make sure the gas is almost gone. You know, a little bit of residue won't hurt a diesel engine either. But a lot of gasoline will destroy a diesel engine. The same with a gasoline engine. Residue won't do anything, though. That's not a big deal. You can probably hear them buzzing around my head. It's horsefly season, and they're really bad and annoying today. Even though I usually carry 15 gallons, I can never fit more than 2 of these in the vehicle, because even if I run it down to 0 miles left that the car says, even though it's a 16-gallon tank, even at a gas station, I've never been able to fit more than 12. That's because a modern vehicle, even if it says 0 miles remaining, it's usually got like 50 or 60. That's why it holds a few gallons extra, just so you don't run out. Alright, I just even checked. Both of these are the exact same kind of plastic. All these containers do it, but this one does it most severely. And I took a good look at them. The valve is exactly the same. I know diesel is slightly thicker, but the valves are exactly the same. They leak like crazy when you pour it into a car, because you can't just pour it into a car, well, half of it this way, then you got to put it upside down to actually get it into the car. And this thing drips quite a bit. I don't really like that. A funnel works okay though, but I don't have one with me at the moment. Just like a car wash. I just checked. That big clunk didn't break anything, but it did knock something off. The piece of plastic that covers the bolts on the roof rack, it ripped that right off, but it didn't break anything. It just clicked right back on.